I just spent so much of my life trying to harm or kill myself without really understanding the why. Like I was just in so much pain and I never really knew how to talk about my pain. And as you previously alluded to, silence is obviously not the answer. And I just come at this with such gratitude. Like there is no logical reason why I should still be vertical and breathing after the life that I've led, other than all that I can come up with is I'm simply here to share some of my lived experiences to carry a message. And so, yeah, very, very grateful to be in the position that I am.
I love it. And it's such a powerful thing that you're doing. To me, I was kind of forced into learning about mental health. I have never suffered from a mental illness. Of course, we all have mental health and a sliding scale, good to bad, but I've never dealt with mental illness. But as I got a little bit older, things just popped up in life. I had staff that had depression or this and that. And really, I was quite ignorant to mental health. And I was forced to learn. And just sharing a little bit of my journey, because I think it'll lead well into your story. Once I started to realize that people can't just suck it up and get over. It took me a long time to realize that, right? Because let's just muster it up, put on a motivational video and get going. Can't we all operate like that? Once I learned that not everybody is that fortunate and had different situations, staff, different people I know suffer with different mental illness, I really dove in and learned. And to me, at this point of learning, I don't even understand why there's a stigma around it anymore. That's me. And when I talk about it and when I bring guests on and do a mental health series on my show, let's just talk about it. We have physical health, we have mental health. There should be no stigma and nobody should have to suffer in silence. It's just a thing, right? So I'm super sorry, that's a little bit long-winded because I've never actually shared why I do this and why I bring on guests like you guys and why I kind of tend to do a focus every year. For the most part, our show is business, but I always do a mental health dive because I think it is so important. So can you share your journey? And I think so many in our audience will really appreciate hearing your story and your different journey. So long-winded intro, kind of sharing my experience. I'd love to hear your story now.
Well, first of all, Tracy, I do really appreciate the fact that you dove into the why it is a topic that's something that you are passionate about. I appreciate the transparency. And obviously, we are moving forward. Ideally, it would be great if stigma did not exist, but yes, clearly it still does. And I think for me, that's like you, why I'm so passionate about putting a face and voice to it. Because when I grew up, it was not like this. I grew up in a town that had 4.5 road. That last half road was gravel. And it was like living in a fishbowl.